everybody, it's Jameson, and this is the day I'm launching the new 2022 designs for my decals. So first, I just have to say thank you. You have been an amazing group of creators who have supported me when I launched the decals last year. I launched those September 1st, and I called those my 2021 designs. There were 4 designs, still are. You can still find those today. And then as we moved into 2022, I ordered more because I sold out of the first batch. And so I have plenty of those originals, but I wanted to come up with something different for 2022. So I want to say just thank you for your support. Thank you for the love of these decals. For those of you who are members of the Facebook page for customers and you've shared your learnings and your creations, I just, I'll ramble and this video will become, an hour long, but I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means so much to me. My artist statement on my website talks about just wanting to bring joy to people. And so seeing what you're creating with this, kind of harebrained idea that I had, it's just been amazing. So thank you for all of your support. And I know you've been eagerly waiting. And so thank you for your patience as I've worked through the process of choosing some new designs for 2022 and, getting them procured from my wholesale supplier, testing them appropriately and adequately so that I felt like they were ready to go. There's still some more testing underway, but we're ready for launch now. And so I can't wait to share these designs with you. So let's get to it. Let me just tell you a little bit about the design process. At one point on Facebook, I had asked a poll and just said, should I do circles again? Should I do a different shape like a square? Should I continue down the path of these stained glass windows designs, or should I take it in a different direction? And of course, it seemed like no matter what I made, people might actually love them. But what I stuck with was the same shape. Those circles, the 3.5-inch size that I had in 2021 is the same in 2022. So if you've ordered or cut yourself a bunch of circles in advance, you're in good shape because it's the exact same size. But I did add this year 2 new squares. And so those are for you to try something different to kind of see if maybe you're not so much into cutting circles and you want to try a square shape. So for you, there are 2 squares. I also decided to stick with stained glass windows. I think in fusing, it's so difficult to accomplish that beautiful look of a stained glass rose window. And these decals allow you to get there. So why mess with what works? So at least for this year, for 2022, and I'm already thinking ahead to 2023, but for this year, we will have the rose windows that are stained glass windows, inspired by real windows. And so circles, 4 circles, 2 squares. The decals arrived, I tested them. I'm telling you, they fire just like the previous one. So if you have experience with the decals and liked them, you have firing schedules that you worked on, it's all consistent. The only thing that's a little different that you'll notice this time, they do have a slip sheet in between them. So some of you who have ordered recently have noticed there's been a little protective sheet. That still is there. I've noticed some of them have a little difficulty peeling off. It's not, they do ultimately come off. It's not, so I wouldn't be concerned about that, but just notice that. And this year's designs actually have little holes in them. So you will see holes in the design across all 6 of these. And the intent was that might make them a little easier to transfer or to smooth out and eliminate air bubbles. I haven't necessarily found that. So the supplier recommended this. I said, sure, let's give it a shot. I don't think the holes are bad. I'm just not sure how valuable they are. So over time, particularly if you join the Facebook group that's dedicated for customers only. So if you are watching this and you have not purchased decals, I'm not going to let you in the Facebook group. It is truly for those who have only purchased decals. But if you're in the Facebook group and start working with these, I'd love to hear over time what your experience is. Do you think the holes help you a little bit, or does it not make any difference? It would just be interesting to know for future orders. So I have the 6 designs right here in my hot little hands. Let's get to it. I can't believe I'm finally revealing these. This one is design E. This is the first of the circles that we have, and I just love this one. This one is from the Lausanne Cathedral. Lausanne is in the Canton of Vaud in Switzerland, and so I just loved all the bubbles of this. I thought it was really cool design. This is the photo of the original, and it's just gorgeous. It's very unique, and this is my interpretation of it. I used some coarse frit when I created this one. All right, so for the next design, design F, this one, again, is a round one. It might be a recognizable symbol for you. This one is the Notre Dame Cathedral's south rose window. So now there are a couple of rose windows, and this one is the one that's the south window. Just a classic stained glass rose window design. This is the original. Fortunately, it was saved during the fire. And then this is my interpretation of it, this example that I used. This is fine frit and a mix that I've used before. The next one, design G. So this one may be my favorite. It's hard to pick a favorite, but this one may be it. This is from the Sens Cathedral. Sens is in Burgundy, which is in eastern France. And I just thought that this was, frankly, kind of a sexy design. Those curves are just beautiful. There's kind of that star shape within. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous window. And as soon as I saw it, as I was looking online, I knew I had to do it. And again, this is my interpretation of it using a frit blend that I've used before. This is fine frit. All right, design H, the last of the round windows. Again, another classic window. Popular demand. This one was recommended many times. This is the Washington National Cathedral window in Washington, D.C. Just an amazing, beautiful, gorgeous window. This was a no-brainer. It had to be done, and I was delighted to bring it to you as one of the circular designs for this year. My interpretation here using a frit blend, also, again, fine frit. Okay, now on to the square shapes. This one is design J. Now, the squares are interesting. The surface area ends up being a little bit more because they're square. Here's the first one. Now, it's designed as kind of a diamond, and it may look familiar. Look, it's the center of the first one, that Lausanne Cathedral window. So yeah, I just took the design from the circle, and I loved the middle of it and recreated it as a square design. So again, there it was in the middle of that window. And I've got a couple of interpretations here. What you can see is I've hung this one on the diamond, kind of shape, used a couple different frits. I also wanted to show kind of what it could look like as a square. And so there it is hanging as a square. I think that you guys are going to have a lot of fun with this one. And then finally, the last one, design K. This one is a square, but I'm going to call it kind of a curvy square. You'll see what I mean. See, this one has like arched sides. This is from the Cologne Cathedral in Cologne, Germany. And I fell in love with this as well. Now, the window itself is much, much larger. I decided to zoom in on this particular part at the top to create the inspiration for that square shape. But I didn't go full square. I still went a little curvy. I think you can cut this glass. I did a couple of different versions of this so that you could see it here. Okay, so here we are. These are the 4 circular designs, again, 3.5 inches in diameter. And these are the 2 square ones. These are 3.5 inches from edge to edge, not point to point, but edge to edge. And here are the 9 photos all together. Gang, I love this batch of decals, and I hope you do too. This has been a lot of fun creating them, and I'm having fun sharing them with you. Okay, one more note. So as you go to www.fusing.shop to order the decals, if you've ordered before and you still have your postcard, so this, I'm speaking to the existing customers only. If you have your postcard, you might remember that there is a discount code on there for returning customers. That still works on the website. So go to the website, www.fusing.shop, load up your cart. The more you buy, the bigger the discount you get, and you can stack your discount if you're a returning customer on top of the cart that you fill up. So thank you so much for your support. I can't wait to see the orders come in so that I can ship these out to you so that you can create with them, so that you can share. I'm so excited to see what you guys create with these. Thank you very much, and happy fusing.